In our modern world, we're shielded from winter's true bite by central heating and advanced fabrics. But not long ago, survival through harsh winters was a daily struggle. Soldiers and civilians faced the cold with only basic gear, wool blankets, ground sheets, and whatever shelter they could find. They endured brutal winters, not with technology, but with knowledge passed down through generations. Their secret? Understanding how to preserve their own body heat. The only furnace was their own body, and the challenge was to keep every precious degree of warmth from escaping. Hypothermia was a constant threat, and survival depended on creating a barrier between themselves and the freezing world. This is where the old blanket trick comes in. A method of layering and arranging simple blankets to create an efficient sleeping system. It's a testament to human ingenuity, showing how necessity drives innovation. By mastering this technique, they turned basic materials into a thermal refuge. The principles behind this method remain relevant today, especially in survival situations. Sometimes the best solutions aren't found in factories, but in the simple laws of nature. Let's explore the secrets of warmth that help generations survive the coldest nights. The wisdom of the past still has much to teach us. Staying warm starts from the ground up. The cold earth is a massive heat sink, pulling warmth away through conduction. Lying directly on the ground, even with blankets, is a losing battle. The first step was always to create a barrier, using whatever was available. A ground sheet, dry leaves, pine boughs, or spare clothing. This duff layer trapped air, slowing heat loss and forming a natural mattress. The first blanket was laid down, half beneath and half to fold over later, ensuring continuous insulation. Tucking the blanket around the body prevented drafts and cold spots. Modern sleeping pads work on the same principle, trapping air to reduce heat loss. Elevating the body, even slightly, makes a huge difference. The old-timers knew the battle against the cold is first won on the ground. Insulate below, and you keep your warmth where it matters most. With the ground layer set, the real art begins, layering for maximum warmth. The sleeper lies on the first half of the blanket, then folds the other half over, tucking it tightly all around. The goal: eliminate empty space and create a snug pocket of air. The next blanket is folded lengthwise and laid over the body with edges tucked underneath. Each new layer adds insulation and seals in warmth, preventing drafts. 3 or 4 blankets, each tucked in, form a thick, custom-fitted cocoon. This method creates a sealed envelope, not just a pile of blankets. The body's weight pins the edges, maintaining the seal all night. Unlike simply piling blankets, this technique works with the body's shape for efficiency. It's a simple, intelligent system, engineering warmth from the most basic materials. The cocoon method is what sets this technique apart. It's a lesson in using what you have to its fullest potential. The genius of the blanket method is in trapping air, not just piling on fabric. Blankets don't create heat. They trap still air, which insulates. Multiple layers mean more trapped air, both within the fabric and between blankets. This is why several thin blankets outperform one thick one. Modern sleeping bags use the same principle, but the blanket method avoids compressing insulation beneath you. Most heat is lost upward, so uncompressed layers on top are key. The snug cocoon also prevents convection. No drafts, no heat loss to moving air. The result? A stable, personal bubble of warmth. The method maximizes your body's heat, keeping it where you need it. It's a timeless approach, as effective now as it was then. Mastering air trapping is the heart of staying warm. Warmth is useless if moisture builds up. The body releases moisture constantly, which can turn insulation into a cold, wet trap. Wool was the material of choice. It absorbs moisture without feeling wet and keeps insulating even when damp. The layering system helps drive moisture outward, with the outer blanket catching condensation and frost. In the morning, the outer layer can be dried separately. Sometimes a waterproof layer is added outside, but it must breathe to avoid trapping sweat inside. Managing moisture is as important as trapping heat. The right materials and smart layering keep you dry and warm. The old blanket trick is a testament to human resourcefulness under pressure. Soldiers in W. Puters often had only a couple of wool blankets and a ground sheet. In freezing foxholes, knowing how to layer and insulate could mean the difference between life and death. Every item was used creatively. Greatcoats for extra layers, packs for windbreaks, even sharing blankets for communal warmth. This knowledge was passed from veteran to rookie, built on observation and necessity. Unlike today's reliance on high-tech gear, they relied on skill and understanding. Their approach was technique over technology. It's a reminder. Deep knowledge of basic principles can outmatch expensive equipment. The past's practical wisdom is still relevant for us. Sometimes survival is about making the most of what you have. The old blanket trick isn't just history. It's a survival skill for today. Stranded in a car during a blizzard, a few blankets and floor mats, arranged right, can save your life. Campers and hikers can boost sleeping bag warmth with a simple wool blanket, folded and tucked in the traditional way. Teaching this method to young people builds confidence and self-reliance. Blankets are versatile, economical and sustainable, unlike single-purpose gear. Adapting to changing conditions is as simple as adding or removing layers. In a power outage, knowing how to turn your bed blankets into a cocoon could be crucial. These skills build resilience in uncertain times. The wisdom of the past prepares us for the future. Sometimes old tricks are the best tools we have. The old blanket trick is more than a survival hack. It's a story of resilience and ingenuity. For most of history, survival depended on what you knew, not what you owned. This method reconnects us with the basics: conduction, convection, moisture, and resourcefulness. It's hands-on science, accessible to everyone. Passing on these skills builds self-reliance and community resilience. In a complex world, there's beauty in simple, effective solutions. The blanket cocoon is a story of hope, proof that we can adapt and endure. Whether in a foxhole or a modern emergency, folding and tucking a blanket is a small victory against the cold. The wisdom of the past is our warmth for the future.